Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will do a topic of endocrine physiology, a hormone we will study basically. The name of that hormone is antidiuretic hormone. In short form, this is called as ADH, antidiuretic hormone. As I said in my video related to how to study endocrine physiology, first of all, about each hormone we will check its composition, that it is made up of what, which type of hormone, composition type, then its mechanism we have to study, then function we will study specific, then its abnormality. Abnormality means basically problem related with that hormone. Clear? So related with the antidiuretic hormone, this is basically a hormone which is released in the posterior portion of pituitary. So it is called as posterior pituitary hormone. But this is importantly not synthesized in the pituitary, only released in pituitary. Clear? This is basically synthesized in a special nuclei which is present in the hypothalamus. The name of that nuclei which synthesize posterior pituitary hormone ADH, that is called supraoptic nuclei. Clear? So supraoptic nuclei synthesize hormone, that hormone is released in posterior pituitary gland. Its name is called antidiuretic hormone. Clear? What this is called? This is called antidiuretic hormone. Now type, this is basically made up of amino acids, and 9 amino acids is present in its composition. So this is called as more than 2 amino acids, so polypeptide hormone, because peptide bond are present as 9 hormones. So this is sometimes also called nanopeptide hormone. So nanopeptide according to its number of amino acids. ADH, antidiuretic hormone. Clear? Simple, that is it. Now mechanism, as this is a peptide hormone, at cellular level, suppose this is a cell where ADH has to act, its receptor will be present over the cell membrane. Clear? Its receptor will be present over the cell membrane, and from this receptor basically which is present over the cell membrane, which receptor? This is receptor for antidiuretic hormone. This will act through a second messenger system. That second messenger is called cyclic AMP. You have to remember only that antidiuretic hormone will act through cyclic AMP mechanism, and its action site we should know. It acts on two important things. One is kidney, it acts on the kidney, and second, this act on vessels, especially arterioles. Clear? So it acts upon kidney and arterioles. Clear this important thing to you? Now, where in kidney it acts? Basically that we will do also. Now function of this will start, we will do its function. Kidney have different portion like this: glomerulus, its proximal tubule, distal tubule, loop of Henle, then distal convoluted tubule. After distal we have collecting tubule and collecting duct. Clear? Now in the distal, this is called distal convoluted tubule, this is called collecting tubule. This act on these two, which this hormone called as antidiuretic hormone act on late distal tubule and collecting tubule. And what is its action, that we will do. What this do over the membrane of this endothelial cell present, these tubular cell present in collecting tubule, what it do, their filtrate is running towards that ultimately have to go to form the urine. Clear? Thing beyond collecting tubule will come into the urine. Now what this hormone do in the this tubule on the cells, what it do when this function on these cells, suppose this is tubule, we make it larger, these are the tubular cells. When ADH will act upon this, dramatically what ADH will do, because here is what, here is filtrate going towards to form urine. Filtrate is composed mostly of water. Now what antidiuretic hormone will do, this is all around the tubule there will be blood vessels, peritubular vessels. What they do, their dramatic action on this tubule is they make an important thing, they make holes in these cells. Holes, yes, holes. For what purpose? They basically make holes or pores in the this peritubular capillary cells which are present in collecting tubule and collecting duct. That pores are called as, these are special pores for water, aquaporins. So with the help of formation of aquaporins in the membrane, huge amount of water from this filtrate come into that blood vessels. Means that water is reabsorbed into the blood. So less water go in urine. So if huge amount of ADH is released, that ADH will absorb huge amount of water through aquaporins into the blood vessels. So in the urine less water will go. Remember this, very simple. I make it simple for you. Less water will go in urine. When less water? When increase amount of ADH. Clear? So when ADH will be released, there will be less water, and when in the urine there is less water, more solute, that type of urine is called concentrated urine. Clear that? Concentrated urine will be formed. Importantly. Now, another thing you should understand in this. If ADH is not present, then this aquaporin will not function, water will go in urine, so there will be formation of dilute urine. Clear? Important function on the kidney is that it retain water from the kidney. So naturally this should be produced in the condition when we need water, because its function is to reabsorb water. So in case when we need water, there is stimulation of formation of this antidiuretic hormone. One function is that. Next in the brain it is also called as the third function, it also develop thirst. When this is released, we feel thirst, we drink water to retain the water into the blood as we are in need of water. So naturally this will be released in a condition when there will be less water in human blood, human body. Clear? So causes for its release, or we can say stimuli for its release, when it will be released. First stimuli is most important, that we will do in last. Next, when there will be less blood volume, suppose there is hemorrhage, any other thing, volume decreases. Suppose we have dehydration, we are fasting, water is not available, then ADH will be released. AD will cause reabsorption of water. most important stimulus is called as when inside the blood plasma osmolarity when increases. Plasma osmolarity, you will understand how we say plasma. Suppose I have taken blood here. In the blood we have ions in the plasma, and plasma is 90% water plus water. Suppose this is normal plasma blood, and what about this plasma? What do you think? Okay, if the ions become more and water become less, this plasma will be called what? This plasma will be called, as ions are more in the plasma, water have been depletion or any other thing of water occur that leads to less water and more solute. This plasma is called hyperosmolar, having more osmolarity. So any reason which lead to increased plasma osmolarity, that is most strong stimulus in the hypothalamus to release ADH. That ADH will act upon kidney to preserve water. So water in the blood will be added, means water in the plasma will be added, again plasma will go to normal. Clear this? So this is the basic concept of this. This is released to maintain plasma osmolarity. Clear this? That we have done. Another importantly, why we have written the vessels here, suppose due to any reason the blood volume decreases, we have hemorrhage, road traffic accident, at that time what will happen? ADH have another dramatic response. Dramatically, ADH can directly act upon arterioles and cause the constriction. What it do? It's cause the constriction of vessels, or we can say it do vasoconstriction. So due to this vasoconstrictive action, it will try to increase the pressure of blood, which become less due to less volume. Clear? So due to this vasoconstrictive action, this ADH also have another name known as vasopressin. What it is called? Vasopressin. Clear? So that are its function. Related, its abnormality we will also do. So have you understand its function? Simple to understand. Now we will do its abnormalities. Suppose that we are supposing this we have done. Suppose due to any reason tumor in the hypothalamus pituitary that lead to increase ADH. What will be the effect? What do you think? When ADH will be more excessively, there will be more and more reabsorption of water. So water retention will occur. And what do you think? What will be the composition of urine? So continuously there will be in condition concentrated urine formation, and plasma will become having less osmolarity because water will be retained. Either we need water or not, continuously water will be retained in the body. So dilution of plasma will occur, osmolarity will be less than normal, urine will be, there will be formation of continuous concentrated urine formation. Clear that? This is called, when ADH is more, this response, as this is not appropriate, when ADH become more, this is called a syndrome, of inappropriate secretion of ADH. In short form it is called SIADH, SIAD, syndrome of inappropriate ADH secretion. Inappropriate mean excessive secretion of ADH. May be due to tumor in the hypothalamus, tumor in the pituitary, any other thing that lead to concentrated urine formation continuous in hot, cold every environment. So this is a dangerous condition for the body, not normal condition. Pathology, abnormality, one abnormality. Next abnormality of this ADH is, suppose these neurons are destroyed and we have no ADH. What do you think? When we have no ADH and we need ADH, what will happen? Suppose I am in the fast I need ADH so that water is preserved in my body from the kidneys, and the cells synthesizing ADH are destroyed. ADH is not available. So what will happen? No ADH symptom will be, there will be continuous urine formation, and which urine? Dilute urine formation, and person will be unable to concentrate urine. Clear? Even when that person will need that. So this is more dangerous condition. Continuously dilute urine formation, polyuria, more urine output will be present in that person. So these persons will be called as, when there will be no ADH, the symptom will be, the person will say, I am passing multiple times urine, great quantity of urine. Like this type of symptom also occur in diabetes. Clear? Diabetes when insulin is not present. So due to similar that type symptom, person is passing multiple time urine. This is sometime called and also called as a diabetes. What? Diabetes. But this is not diabetes mellitus, this is called diabetes insipidus. Clear? So diabetes insipidus is due to lack of ADH and continuously dilute urine formation, and the affected person is unable to concentrate urine. That condition is called diabetes insipidus. Clear that? So this is all about the antidiuretic hormone. तो आज हमने क्या पढ़ा? एक इम्पॉर्टेंट हार्मोन पढ़ा जो कि पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड से रिलीज़ होता है, बनता सुप्राऑप्टिक न्यूक्लियाई में। जब हमने स्ट्रक्चर उसका देखा, काउंट किए, 9 अमाइनो एसिड थे, मिले हुए थे आपस में पेप्टाइड बॉन्ड से, तो हमने कहा पॉलीपेप्टाइड इन नेचर है, नैनोपेप्टाइड है क्योंकि 9 थे। एक्शन हमने देखा कि ये जब अपने सेल के ऊपर एक्ट कर रहा था तो सेकंड मैसेंजर साइक्लिक एएमपी बन रहा था। उसके बाद इसका काम हो रहा था, काम 2-3 जगह पे था, किडनी पे था, वेसल्स पे था। वेसल्स को एक कंस्ट्रिक्ट कर रहा था ताकि ब्लड का प्रेशर बढ़ जाए, इस वजह से इसका नाम वेजोप्रेसन भी पड़ा। इसका दूसरा नाम है वेजोप्रेसन। किडनी के ऊपर तीसरा ये काम कर रहा था कि प्यास को बढ़ा रहा था ताकि हम पानी पिएं, क्योंकि ये रिलीज़ ही तब होता है जब हमें पानी की ज़रूरत होती है। तो जब हमें प्यास लगेगी, ज़्यादा पानी पिएंगे, पानी बॉडी में आएगा। किडनी के ऊपर सबसे अहम काम कि किडनी की कलेक्टिंग ट्यूब्यूल और जो है कलेक्टिंग डक्ट में भी, लेट डिस्टल ट्यूब्यूल में भी, ये क्या करवा रहा था कि उन सेल्स के अंदर एक ख़ास पोर लगा रहा था, ख़ास सुराख लगा रहा था जिनमें से वाटर रीएब्जॉर्ब हो। उनका नाम था एक्वापोरिन। एक्वापोरिन की मदद से इन ट्यूब्यूल से पानी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ब्लड में रीएब्जॉर्ब हो रहा था। रीएब्जॉर्प्शन की वजह से क्या था, यूरिन के अंदर पानी कम जा रहा था। जब ये ज़्यादा बने तो यूरिन कंसनट्रेटेड हमने कहा बनेगा इसके एक्शन से, ये जब ज़्यादा होगा और जो है ब्लड के अंदर पानी रिजर्व होगा। और हमने कहा कि अगर ये ना हो तो क्या होगा, तो यहाँ से पानी रीअब्जॉर्ब भी नहीं होगा एडीएच की मदद से, और जो है कंटिन्यू पानी चलता जाएगा यूरिन के अंदर और डाइल्यूट यूरिन होगा। हमने कहा ये क्यों रिलीज़ होगा, जब हमें पानी चाहिए होगा। सपोज करें बॉडी की ऑस्मोलैरिटी बढ़ जाए, किसी वजह से ब्लड लॉस हो, फ्लूइड लॉस हो, पानी लॉस हो गया, लूज मोशन हो गया, वोमिटिंग हो गई, तो हमारे ब्लड प्लाज्मा में से पानी निकल जाएगा, आयंस बच जाएंगे। तो इस प्लाज्मा को हम कहेंगे कि इसकी ऑस्मोलैरिटी बढ़ जाएगी। हाइपर ऑस्मोलर जब भी होगा तो हाइपोथैलेमस उसको सेंस करेगा, एडीएच को बना देगा। एडीएच ब्लड में आएगा, किडनी में आएगा, वेसल्स पे जाएगा, अपना काम करेगा, पानी को रीअब्जॉर्ब करेगा ताकि प्लाज्मा की ऑस्मोलैरिटी दोबारा अपनी जगह आ जाए। तो ये इसका इम्पॉर्टेंट काम है। तो पानी को क्योंकि यूरिन में जाने नहीं देता, अगर यूरिन में पानी ज़्यादा जाता है उसको हम कहते हैं, ऐसी चीज़ जो कि पानी को भेज रही यूरिन में डायूरेसिस करवा रही है, तो ये उसको अपोज कर रहा है, पानी को नहीं जाने दे रहा है, इसलिए इसका नाम पड़ गया एंटी डायूरेटिक हार्मोन। इसकी पैथोलॉजी क्या है कि एक कंडीशन जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा बन जाए या दूसरी कंडीशन जिसमें ना बने। जब ये नहीं बनता तो पानी रीअब्जॉर्ब नहीं होता, पानी ज़्यादा यूरिन में जाता है, बार बार उसको पेशाब लगेगा, यूरिन लगेगा, हमें ऐसे लगेगा जैसे इसको तो शुगर हो गई। इस वजह से शुगर से मिलता जुलता नाम पड़ गया डायबिटीज़, लेकिन इंसिपिडस नॉट मेलाइटस। क्लियर? नेक्स्ट अगर ये हद से ज़्यादा बने उसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा कि वो एक सिंड्रोम हो जाता है जिसमें जब ये ज़्यादा बनेगा तो ज़्यादा वाटर को रिटेन करेगा, प्लाज्मा के अंदर वाटर आ जाएगा तो उसकी ऑस्मोलैरिटी कम हो जाएगी, हाइपोऑस्मोलर प्लाज्मा हो जाएगा और कंटिन्यू कंसनट्रेटेड यूरिन चाहे हमें पानी की नीड है नहीं है वो बनता रहेगा। इस कंडीशन को कहते हैं सिंड्रोम ऑफ इनअप्रोप्रिएट एडीएच सीरीज। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें एडीएच में, इसमें इंशाल्लाह आपको पूरा एडीएच क्लियर हो जाएगा एंड यू कैन क्लियर द क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड विद द एडीएच। ठीक है।